Hi, I am Anubhav. I want to share a project I built called Habit Tracker, not because it's perfect, but because it fundamentally changed how I approach problem solving and software development. This app taught me lessons that go way beyond writing code. The motivation for me was that uh, I built this because I noticed something in myself and people around me. We know what we want to accomplish, but we struggle with consistency. So I asked myself, what if I could make progress visible? What if completing a habit every day felt rewarding? That's the core of this app. It's a habit tracker that uses streaks, achievements, and analytics to turn the abstract goal of building consistency into something concrete and motivating. Let me show you how it works. So here's our home page. I can make new habits. For example, let me show you. I would like to go to the gym more consistently. So this displays my current streak right now, and if I click complete, so it gets added. So if I come tomorrow, I can just click this again, completed, and I would get 2 days streak. I can also, this also shows that I can build a custom habit with a title and description. The form validates my input, so I accidentally don't create a habit without a name and then it's saved immediately. Here's something that I am really proud of, the calendar view. Each day is color-coded, showing which habits I completed. The This visual representation makes it obvious when I am being consistent and when I am falling off. You can see at glance which days are going to become the strong days and which days I need to focus on. The app has 6 milestone achievements. When I hit 3 day streak, I unlock getting started badge at 7 days, 1 week warrior, and it goes all the way to century club at 100 days. These aren't just badges. They are psychological checkpoints that keep me motivated. Research shows that celebrating milestones like this increases long-term habit success. And in settings, users have control over dark mode and can export or clear their data. They can just clear all data. I am still working on the export feature right now. Yes. So what I learned about this was that building this taught me 3 lessons about software development. First, requirements aren't always obvious. When I first started, I thought streak tracking would be simple, but then I realized what happens if the user's time zone changes. What happens if the user's time zone changes? What if they're traveling? What if they miss a day? Should the streak reset immediately or give them a grace period? These aren't edge cases, they are real user problems. I had to think through the behavior I wanted, test different scenarios, and build something that felt fair and intuitive. That's the difference between code that works and code that solves actual problems. The second thing was architecture. Architecture matters before you write a line of code. I realized I needed to separate the business logic, how streaks work, how achievement works, from the user interface, how things look and feel. So I created a service layer that handles all the habit logic independently. This taught me that good design makes your code easier to understand, test, and modify. When a user later asked, "Can you change how streaks work?" I only had to update one place in the code, not touch the entire app. Third thing is you have to understand the users. I studied some behavioral psychology, specifically why habits fail and what makes them stick. I learned about the concept of streaks as a motivation tool, and I implemented features based on that understanding. This wasn't just about features, it was about solving a real human problem with technology. Beyond problem solving, I grew as a technical developer, learned a full stack. I went from knowing basic HTML, CSS, JavaScript to building a production level app with Angular, Ionic, TypeScript, and cloud storage. Understood asynchronous programming. Every time I save a habit or load data, I am working with promises and async await. One mistake crashes the app. Mastering this taught me reliability matters. Deployed to multiple platforms, the same code can run on web browsers, iPhones, and Android phones. I didn't have to write three separate apps. That's the power of cross-platform frameworks. And I also debugged complex issues. I spent hours figuring out why data wasn't persisting correctly. That taught me debugging is a superpower. It's not about knowing everything, it's about systematically finding out what's broken and why. These skills don't come from tutorials, they come from building something real and hitting walls. This project shows that I am ready for the next level of computer science education. I have proof that I can own a problem end to end. I did not follow a tutorial step by step. I designed this, debugged it, and deployed it. That's the foundation of being a good engineer. I showed initiative to learn beyond what I was taught. Nobody told me to study behavioral psychology or optimize for mobile performance. I did it because I cared about building something that actually worked. I understand that computer science isn't just about code, it's about solving problems, understanding users, thinking through edge cases, and making decisions about trade offs. That's what separates good developers from people who can just write code. I would like to, in the future, deepen my understanding of algorithms and data structures, the theoretical foundation I need for harder problems, take courses in software engineering and system design to learn how to architect bigger systems, work with peers who push me to think differently and solve harder problems, get experience with internship where I apply what I learned to real world challenges. This habit tracker is just the beginning. I am ready to scale up. This project that I have built isn't perfect. I can list things that I would like to do differently if I rebuilt it today. But the point is that growth means recognizing that you did good and what you would improve. I am excited to bring this learning mindset to your college. I'm someone who gets curious, build things, learn from mistakes, and ship products. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. I look forward to the opportunity to grow as a developer.